Hello my lovelies, we are back for a love reading with the Ravens for the weekend possibly, because I don't know what my plans are. I know it's over the weekend. I've worked out the difference between the horses and the crown thing, and the horses are the knights. The crown ones with the helmets on are the pages. So we're all clear on that. I'm all sung out. I haven't done that in a long time. Right, message from the highest levels for collective love, romance, twin flame around this Equinox weekend, which is harvest time. We've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords is in his headspace. He's got his sword facing sideways with this. Interestingly, he's got a white raven on there rather than a black raven. But the King of Swords is very head over heart. He's not in his heart space. It's like all decision makings are from the head. Lacks a bit of empathy. I mean, he's been popping out quite a bit recently. So this could either, if you're watching for a female, this is obviously, she's in a divine masculine King of Swords, and if it's the other way round, then it's a man in his King of Swords. But he's like business, cutthroat, is what it is, very black and white. He's moved into his headspace. He's mastered it, which is good. And we've got the lovers at the bottom of the deck. So the lovers can be a natural choice. Again, that's a beautiful card. They're standing in front of the raven. But the lovers can be a natural choice. It can be the lovers falling in love, but it can be a choice. It's also a balance. It's a balance of masculine and feminine. And again, when we do the work on the inside, we balance out our masculine and feminine, and then that's when we're more likely to attract. Let's get some more. What was I? So I've got a little bag for my new cards. Let's see what we get with the King of Swords. But his sword is sideways. It's not up in front of him, so he's not on guard. But he's obviously had to go into his head. All his decisions at the moment are from the headspace, and he can be quite and again we've got the horse at the bottom of the deck there. But I've seen, yeah, this again, like this is we had this the other day, so I don't know if I'm repeating myself. But the divine feminine energy is glowing at the moment, whether you're male or female. And the divine masculine is coming in. She is looking down. She's not looking in his face. They're holding hands, so they are in a dance. But I don't know if you can see this in the background. This is like his shadow. And he's not looking at it. She can see it. So it's almost like she sees through him to his shadow. She's glowing. He doesn't want to look at it. But she's accepting him the way he is. Because that's why they're holding hands. That's why they're in this dance. Because she's saying, do you know what? I see you. She's not looking directly at him. She's more looking at the connection in the hands. In fact, if I look at it closely, Hi Zoe. If I look at it more closely, she's actually looking at his heart space. So when we've used this card and the Queen of Swords, he's not wanting to look at his shadow, which is behind him, or his demons, or whatever it is. He's so focused on, and again, they're both looking at the connection. But she's in her heart space, he's in his head space, and he doesn't want to look behind him. He doesn't want to look at the work that he's got to do. But there is connection there. They're both looking. So yeah, she's kind of, yeah, they're both looking at the hands. So there's definitely a connection, but they're not looking at each other in the face, which means that they possibly don't want to face something. And the thing that he's not facing, that's why he's in his King of Swords, is the shadow behind. So we'll get a little bit more on this King of Swords. We've got the horse at the back on the bottom of the deck. So this is news coming in. This is the horse. That song is the horses are coming, so you better run. So fast movement forward, or flying, you know what I mean, growing wings. But again, this is shadow work, but this is going, you know, doing the shadow work and then you know, turning that, and he's not on the ground either, and there's butterflies around as well. So it's like the horse finding its wings. We'll go a little bit deeper into that, but I want to get some more. I want something else to go with this connection, because like I say, they're not looking at each other. They're both looking at the connection, but he's not looking behind. But because she's glowing, she's accepting him the way he is, even if that means that he's, at the moment, he's in his King of Swords, in his headspace. Business-like, trying to work things out, you know, maybe too business-like. Give us a little bit more on this King of Swords connection with the lovers. What's going on here? What's going on? Oh, finances and careers. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. That is why he is in his King of Swords. It's like, I've got to sort this out, I've got to sort that out. It's not he's cut off his emotions. I think that's why the sword is facing that way. It's like, I've got to sort out, you know, work. I've got to sort out my finances and engagement, but it was reversed. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of communication. And again, if you have a look, both those cards, there's touching of hands. So there's this real strong connection, but it did come out upside down. So it says it's ascending to a higher level of commitment. But obviously reversed, I would say that this finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, because it's actually blocking the King of Swords from going into his heart space, because he's so focused on career, money, material, the 3D. Let's call it the 3D. But like I said, so it says engagement, but it's a bond. Glasses. Where's my glasses? I'm trying to. There's something there that's underneath her skirt, or is it her skirt? Like a peacock? I don't know. Something's hidden anyway, and this is like paperwork. I mean, he's looking at the hand. She's looking somewhere else. But it was upside down, so there is a temporary, until, obviously, King of Swords, until, like again, they're both looking at the connection. Neither one's looking each other in the face, so there is this disconnect in. We've got soulmate at the bottom of the deck. Yes, this is your soulmate. Now, a friend of mine was asking the other day, what does soulmate mean? Soulmates, I've been told, spiritually, we come in, when we decide to come back, we come in groups of 7. This is only my perspective, this is what I've been told. We come in groups of 7, and our soulmates don't necessarily have to be romantic. We have 7 soulmates when we come back, and we meet them in this lifetime. Sometimes we can get involved with them when possibly we're not meant to on a romantic level, but that's what I've been told. So we've got engagement upside down, finances and career. Oh yeah, so I was going to go to the angel tarot. Children at the bottom of the deck there as well, so that could be again why it's all headspace, but definitely the lovers. Give me a bit more on the go within. You are a very intuitive person, and there is many wonderful insights that lie waiting inside of you. Take time to be quiet and reflect upon the desires of your heart through meditation or prayers. There's no need to take action right now. Be patient with yourself. So that's that could be go within. Let me hold that up there. Go within. I'm just going to go nip and grab my glasses because I can't read anything properly. And then I'll be able to see. Hey lovely, this is such an interesting reading. I believe a lot of you are getting ready to call in our twin flames. Absolutely. So go within. You are very intuitive. It's asking us, there's wonderful insights awaiting. Take time to be quiet and reflect upon what you want inside. Because, you know, do we want somebody who's not prepared to look at themselves, do the work? This is lingering in the background. It's baggage. I don't actually know what it is. It looks like some kind of skeleton. So maybe skeletons in the closet. Which is why he's probably got his sword across his, you know, as I'm just doing this work. I don't really want to go in here because I don't want to look at it. But I do want this. And there's definitely a connection there. So we've got a spiritual teacher at the bottom of the deck. There are great rewards in spending time alone. Use those moments of solitude to focus on love and ways in which you might give to those around you. I mean, that's what she's doing. She's absolutely glowing. And like I say, if this is men reading this, then swap it around. But the divine feminine is absolutely glowing with this love. Shine your light as an example for others to follow. Seek out a spiritual mentor of your own if your life feels unfulfilled right now. And he's got this, he does look a bit like Father Christmas, but he's got this lantern that he's, you know, going into the dark with. Now I'm going to go back to so we've got like a rough finances and career, which obviously is all kind of 3D headspace, and that fell out underneath there. So I'm going to go back to the tarot and see if we can get anything more on this King of Swords, the connection, which is definitely there. They're holding hands, they're touching hands, but they're not looking in each other's faces. which means there's kind of like a lack of communication probably. More on the King of Swords. Give us some more on the King of Swords. 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands is expansion. It's moving forward. It's fast moving forward. It reminds me of this. This is 8 of Wands coming in at a really fast pace. You might not even have time to catch your breath. But expansion, and again, if he's in his you know, King of Swords, this is, oh, I'm doing business deals. I'm, you know, expanding my business. I'm thinking this way. And then we have the page, no, the Knight of Wands. And again, we've got the full moon there. So the Knight of Wands is fast movement forward. This, again, this is news coming in and it's really fiery. The Knight of Wands doesn't sit around. You've got to keep him active. He gets bored very easily, but it does represent business ideas, really good business ideas. But you could have the Knight of Wands energy, especially with the 8 of Wands, is like they're might be quite a few, sorry, I'm going really fast here, might be quite a few opportunities coming in all at once. Maybe that's why the Lovers was at the bottom of the deck, because there's choices to be made. But the Knight of Wands is like, I've got this business idea, I'm on fire with it, and he wants to see action straight away. He wants to see movement. He wants to see things done, or he'll get bored and he'll go somewhere else. So that's with the 8 of Wands. And then we've got the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know why this looks so dark, but the 10 of Pentacles is obviously generational wealth. It's also marriage, commitment. It's something that's taken a while to get to, so it's got strong foundations. It could be legacies, and it could obviously be a really good business idea, but this might be what the King of Swords is actually focusing on at the moment. I'm not ready. It's almost like I'm not ready to go into my heart space until I've got my 10 of coin. And maybe that's why the engagement card is upside down, because it's like I don't feel like I'm, you know, good enough or have enough or whatever. And then 10 of Pentacles obviously is family and generational wealth as well. So there could be something coming in, but it does almost feel like this is what the work is that's being done. And there is such a thing as workaholic, and what people don't understand is that the word workaholic is the same as an alcoholic, or it's somebody who doesn't want to focus on their heart space or do the healing because they're so busy focusing on their coin. But I mean, it could be obviously the 8 of Wands and the page. Is that it's going to be quite quick. But then we've got the Hermit again. So the Hermit is withdrawal, time to go in, time to seek out inner guidance, like the go within, and find that light. Whether this be you or the other person, but there is Hermit to me, like that bird is in the cage. It's almost like, right, I've got to go in, I need to have a look, find out how I can free myself. How can I free myself and move out of this King of Swords energy? I need to withdraw, I need to be on my own, I need to, and again, look in books, find a mentor. Give us a little bit more. Why is engagement upside down? Why is engagement upside down? Why is it in reverse? So that could be again, hermit mode. Two of Swords, back and forth, can't make a decision. So in the Two of Swords energy, she's blindfolded, she's got these two ravens on her hand, and she's like, it's head, heart, head, heart, head, heart. Or she's got the option of two things. But the thing with the Two of Swords is it's often going back and forth, and it is all in the headspace. It's not actually making a decision. It's not, and what she's doing is she's blindfolded, so she's gone into hermit mode to try and have a look, to try and feel out which one, you know, which way she's going to go. Is this going to be, and that's often what we have to do is especially what we got at the bottom, Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands at the bottom tells me that Two of Swords is going back and forth, head, heart, because of some past trauma. So past trauma could be obviously this lifetime, but it could be past lifetimes as well. I mean, we've been here so many times before. We could be carrying stuff where we were in arranged marriages. There was you know, yeah, a lot of us who are back here now haven't actually really experienced romance in a lot of our past lives, because a lot of the connections that were made were for status, as you know, it's 3D kind of, well, you've got to marry this person, or, you know, it was all to do with what you had. And even, to be fair, like even my mum and dad's generation, you know, they got married ever so young. So the Nine of Wands represents being a little bit on the defensive, but we have to have a look and understand, or this could be the King of Swords, like where do these defences come from, and are we projecting that or carrying it with us into new situations. But again, I would say that's why his sword is, he's stopping himself, you know, it's across here. Sorry, I'll move back a bit. It's across there because he doesn't want to look at this. It's the wounded warrior kind of thing. I've been hurt in the past. I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going back and forth. Right. So, that was 9. Where did it go? Did I just chuck it back in? That should have been on the, that's the delay in the engagement, is because of past hurts, past trauma, either this lifetime or past life. Wounded warrior. So I'm just gonna stay in my headspace. I'm not gonna have a look at my shadow. Ace of Cups, but again I think it came out upside down. So the Ace of Cups, I'm sure it came out like that. So the Ace of Cups is like, I've just emptied my cup, or I've given too much away already. I'm sure it came out upside down. It did land on this couple that are dancing. So again, it could be that she's giving too much. There's you know, he is glowing slightly, but the emphasis is on this little chap in the background. And the cup fell out upside down, which is like, you know, we can't, shouldn't, can't say can't, empty our cup on anybody who doesn't want to do the work, because it's got to be balanced. Anybody who doesn't want to look at themselves, or actually can't look at you, in the face. So we'll have a look. That's an empty cup. That's I've poured too much out and it landed on there. So it said go on top of go within, which is obviously what we have to do when we've emptied out. Where's that 9? Okay, so we've got the 10 of Wands, carrying too much responsibility and burden. I mean, that's just like, I can't do all of this all the time, you know. And it's also about, actually, when we see the 10 of Wands, it's about either us or the other person, you know, going, well, what is my responsibility? Where do my responsibility lies? Where have I actually said I'm responsible for and I can't carry it? So it's putting the burdens down. Also, it can be about, I was going to say, you know, these 10 of Wands burdens can be past lives as well. But what I'm feeling here is like I've emptied my cup and it's too much for me to carry. I can't be carrying the weight of the world around on top of my back because I'm just going to break. What did it jump out with? I can't. No. Okay, so 10 of Wands, enough is enough. And maybe that's what I've emptied my cup. I'm in my King of Swords. I'm not going to look at my shadow. And that's why there is this upside down engagement, because this person has gone, I'm just going to work. I'm just going to focus on money, career, finances. I don't want to go into my head space, heart space. And the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Pentacles is quite a positive card, and it's about mastering 3 different skills. So, I mean, you can see there, he's got this like chisel and this hammer, and he's working away, and so there is prosperity coming in. And that landed on finances and careers. And in finances and careers, I mean, obviously, whatever happens, whether it's soulmate or, you know, whatever it is, there's got, stuck to the table, there's got to be a balance. There's got to be a balance in all areas. So it's, you know, when we are calling in, if you like, soulmates or whatever, it's got to be like, right, I've done the inner work, I've cut my ties with past relationships, I've done the shadow work, and then, you know, both parties have to do that. And then obviously, as well as, you know, there's got to be a balance, you know, materially as well. You don't want somebody who I don't know how to put this. It just needs to be equal flow of abundance and source energy coming in. And that looks like somebody who's working hard at that, bringing 3 things together to balance up this finances and career. But it's come after too much. There's too much weight on me, too much responsibility. And that's what the pause is. I'm working hard at my skills. But again, it's coin. It's not I'm working hard in my heart space. I'm working hard at my coin. Or maybe that's what needs. So this is the Chariot. And the Chariot's got like, I don't know, would you call that? That's like, it's not the new moon. It's kind of looks like after, leading up to the full moon, or I'm not very good at the, but there's a star there, so that's healing as well. But that's the Chariot. Now that the Chariot is, I am mastering my shadow, I'm mastering my light. I'm going to transmute the 2, and I'm going to make a decision and move forward and everything that I do from that point is going to be in alignment with who I am. moving forward. And obviously, you know, that might just be, right, I'm not going to empty my cup or have my cup emptied. Now, XX, that's the judgment call. This is a judgment call. Somebody's made this judgment call. This is having a calling, having a wake-up calling, or someone has just called judgment on it. It is the death, the rebirth. It is the 1111. It's the, you know, it is that. That's what's happened. Right, I'm going to... Oh, wobble. That could have happened around the full moon. I'm just going to have a little bit more of a look of that card. So you've got the raven on top of the skull here, which is quite fitting. But that's obviously a death, a transformation, and then a rebirth. And the raven is blowing the trumpet. So there was a death, an old... And then obviously that's what creates the chariot. But it's like my cup's empty at this minute. But I'm going to work on my coin. Let's have another look at the romance card. So something on the chariot and the judgment. Judgment and chariot, because that's what it looks like. There was a judgment call. This has got to end. We need to, you know, it's a rebirth of something had done its course. That was the end of a cycle, and that has obviously shifted into the chariot, which is, you know, it's I'm finding my path. I'm moving forward in my desired direction. If you're still with me, sometimes they really sometimes don't make sense to me at all. But I just go with it. So attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And children, again, at the bottom of the card. So your love life is being affected by children. So there could be actual children, or this is inner child work. But what it's this smelling, this attraction, smelling of the roses is about... And this could be actually this woman here, I feel. It's about being in the present moment. She's in a space within herself where she has got no thoughts about anything other than smelling that rose. And it's the feeling of what that brings up, but it really is about being in the present moment, and that's when that's when we get our answers, and that's what we embody, that feeling of... I mean, I love the smell of roses, but it's about standing still. I'm going to take a moment out to really enjoy smelling this rose, and in doing that, she's actually, you know, that's what makes her glow like this, because she's not you know, focusing on her coin, focusing on making money, going left, right and centre, trying to you know, drum up. This is about sitting still in that moment and just going, yeah, this is what romance feels like. This is, you know, this is what I want to embody. This is the energy that I want to embody by standing still and being present in the moment. If you struggle with that, a really good thing to say is, I've nowhere to be, I've no one to be, and I've nowhere to... I've no one to... I've no one to be, I've nowhere to go, and I've nothing to do. I've no one to be, I've nowhere to go, and I've nothing to do. And that literally, and you could click your fingers at the same time, puts you in the present moment. I hope this is helpful. So yeah, children, your life is being affected by children. So there could be children involved, and obviously that King of Swords is like, I've got to make some money. I've got to, you know, I'm working on this for generational reasons. Ten of Pentacles also represents generational wealth, whereas the feminine in this reading is like, I'm going to be in my feminine, I'm going to attract romance by being romantically with myself. Possibly because her cup's been emptied. Too much giving, it's got to be balanced. So, what else have we got? Eight of Abundance. This is a time of learning and honouring your skills. You may feel inspired to go back to school, take seminars on topics that fascinate you, or educate yourself on the healing arts. This is a good time to change jobs or make a career move. The key to success is in the details. Monitor your projects carefully. So the Eight of Abundance, when I'm looking at, you know, 8 is obviously, it's the infinity sign, but it's coming in. It's, I'm going to get into this, I'm still in the moment, I'm sniffing these flowers, and source energy is coming down, and my you know, the abundance that I'm looking for is going to flow to me and inspire, you know, new, but the focus is back on self, is what I'm trying to say. It's learning and honouring your skills. So again, it's the 3. It's like honouring those skills. What skills have we got we can use? Not so much, you know, like work hard. That, not that kind of 8 of Abundance. It's coming in naturally. It's source energy, but you know, what can I learn a little bit more on? What can I improve with? And again, this, when we're in our heart space, especially if we've emptied out, if our cup's empty, so we have to go back up to this upright, overflowing cup. It's about being in the energy of, right, what fills my cup? What's going to fill my cup back up? This cup doesn't get filled up from another person. You fill it up yourself by doing stuff that you love. Educate yourself in the healing arts. This is a good time to change jobs or make a career move. But it's definitely about looking inward, going within. Okay, I've just had my cup emptied. How can I refill it? Right, so where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Down to the lake I feel. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, down to the lake to fill your cup back up. But again, you know, if we're ready, if we're doing the work, we obviously need, you know, others to do theirs. It's not our responsibility to do other people's shadow work. And that could be where the cup got emptied. If somebody doesn't want to look at it, it's not up to us. That would create an empty cup and a 10 of wands. Out with the old, in with the new. Heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Chariot. Often this is because you're not happy and feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desire and spiritual truths. So that's the judgment call, that's the wake-up call, and that is why it's important to go within and, you know, is this right for me? I know we've got this really strong connection, but he's not looking at himself, he's not looking at me, he's looking at the connection, but he's not turning round, he's not doing, you know, he's just staying in this. He's staying in his King of Swords. It's very head over heart. It's very blunt. It's very matter of fact. It's very, I need to earn some money and that's that. So out with the old, in with the new. Now that could actually be like a shift, but it feels like it's the Chariot. It's moving forward, and this represented some kind of healing that had to take place, maybe on this eclipse, where it was like, I'm getting in my Chariot, mate. I'm off. I'm going. I can't do this. You're not doing the work. Why should I? It's too much. It's weighing too much on me, and it's emptying my cup. Messenger of thought. A new topic of intelligence. A new topic of intellectual project is really exciting for you. There's so much to learn before you feel ready to move forward. New information may require changes to your plans. Review all documents carefully. You know, will meet or are someone who loves to learn and share knowledge. This person is brilliant and truthful, but also blunt and not very diplomatic. I mean, you know, take that as it resonates. It's either a divine masculine in his King of Swords, who's very blunt and not very blunt, which is like right across there, and not very diplomatic, or it's our masculine energy that has gone into this. But there's messages coming in. There's a project. It's exciting. There's something new with this Eight of Wands that's coming in that is possibly going to shift it. But the new information that might change your plans, which is obviously that Chariot moving forward. Out with the old, in with the new. We've got the Eight of Abundance coming in as well. Let's just see what have we got on the bottom of the deck there? So the Nine of Swords, yeah, it's anxiety. There's a feeling of, you know, sleepless nights, waking up, not actually knowing. It could be unfounded, but probably not. So that's more like it. Now this has got, now that there's going to be work done. Let me just feel this card out. I'm feeling it out. There's flames, so twin flame possibly, but there's skeletons. There's a full moon. They're still, again, not looking, I mean, this could be out with the old. Out with the old. But it's like, you know that saying, skeletons in the closet? But again, she's in pink and she's dancing, you know, it's almost like that eclipse. It's eclipsed it out, whatever it was, it's eclipsed it out. It's brought it down to the bare bones of the situation, the relationship, whatever it is. It's gone down to the bare, but there's no hiding now, but they're not, he's pulled away, like he's like, yeah, he hasn't even got his arm round her. He hasn't even, there's no connection there whatsoever. So this could be releasing, you know, past something. It's that what I'm getting is that it's gone down to the bare bones, that like there's no hiding from that. And even her skeleton in the you know, is behind her. And it's, can you see there's all this like fire coming out? That's healed. That's like a rebirth. That's coming out of the flames. So maybe there's a process that is going on, and there's that massive sort of full moon in the background. Tell me if this is making sense. But there's this massive, you know, this has been brought to light. This needs to, this is this death, this rebirth, but you can't, that can't happen until this, either within ourselves or in the connection, has got to acknowledge that it needs to be brought down to the bare bones. There needs to be this vulnerability of like, you know, literally kind of getting naked, but even more than that, this could be past life because it is so old. It's a skeleton. Dancing with a skeleton is almost like dancing with, you know, like again, somebody who doesn't want, she's done her, she's cleared up what was behind her. It's been put to bed, but it's not just, I mean, and this could be the divine masculine, divine feminines within has actually, you know, bear with me, ignited her. He's still to do it, and that could be why that there's this disconnect is what I'm getting here. There was, or there has been, a disconnect, almost like a separation. I'm alive, I'm on fire, I've done my work, you need to go and do yours. But there's two flames, actually there's three, but there's two flames in the background there. Now the twin flame energy, if anyone was like asking about that as well, it's almost like they trigger each other. They don't, it's not necessarily an actual relationship. It's like, what they say is it's one soul that comes in and splits off into two, but it's more, a little bit more, somebody who kind of triggers you to go and do your shadow work, if you like. And their paths tend to run parallel, even if they're not together. So they could come back and be clearing out past karmas, past relationships, past, you know, having soul contracts, but they seem to be doing it at the same time and having this like dance. They call it the twin flame dance. But that to me in this reading, it's like that full moon actually, you know, brought about a death of something, maybe even a death of an ego. I'm gonna get some more on that. That's quite interesting. I mean, bearing in mind, I made these cards and I've never actually I went straight ahead with them. I didn't even bother really looking at them. I just made them and got them out. So tell me about this around the full moon. Express your love. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. That fell out on the Chariot. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And again, you know, there's this kind of like they are looking at each other. So this is, again, you attract romance by enjoying this moment fully. Go ahead and make this romantic gesture. This is about going down to vulnerability of being, you know, in the heart space, and actually down to the bones of it, which is what I keep getting. Go within, go ahead and make this romantic gesture. I mean, the problem is as well, it's like, you know, we've got to get to a point now where it's in the 3D in society, so many people have been manipulated and taken advantage of for being open and vulnerable. But we're getting to this point now where it's so easy to being highly intuitive to be able to see through any facade or any masks or anything like that, and we need to get rid of that whole generation that you know, had this like poker face, I'm not going to show my emotions because it makes me look weak, too. I need to express how I feel regardless of outcome, is what I'm getting with that. Go ahead and make the suggestion. Express your love. Suggestion. But go ahead and express. That is about getting in the heart space. Again, it's that attraction, getting in the heart space. So this could also be to self. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Because this king needs putting back in his heart, to be fair. We've got the raven at the bottom of the cards. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Like I said, this is just the energy at the moment. This is an opportunity. It's not set in stone. It's, you know, collectively, this is what we've, it can be to do with the planet alignments, it can be to do with anything, but collectively this is the energy we've got at the moment. Organisation, number 4, which is foundational. Your plans are on target and everything will flow more smoothly if you add a little organisation and discipline to your methods. The key to success is to allow your creativity to be gently guided by logic. So that's not head over heart, that's them both being in alignment with each other. So this is a balancing out. This is getting the foundations of whatever it is in alignment with each other. So there's a little bit of head space, a little bit of heart space, a little bit of head space. Be open to asking for help from someone very intellectual or seek out a mentor. But again, what I'm getting with this, and there's that trumpet, so it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to, is this the foundations of what I want? Somebody who's constantly going to work, talking about money, in their headspace, business-like, or do I want something that's a little bit more equally balanced? For the 4 being the foundations, it's got to be a bit of both. And that could be, that means expressing your love. This is what I need. You know, can you give me that? If you can't, if you're, you know, go and, then there needs to be work done. A spiritual teacher. There are great rewards in spending time alone. Use those moments of solitude to focus on love and the ways in which you might give to those around you. Shine your light as an example for others to follow and seek out a spiritual mentor of your own if life feels unfulfilled right now. So it's go shine your light. Go shine your light. What did I close with the other day? Because I do like to kind of round it off. Out with the old, in with the new. And again, that could be a way of being, but that could be, you know, out with the old of emptying my cup. It's not serving me. I need, you know, it's got to be balanced. It's got to be in alignment, because otherwise, you know, it's not equal. But I'm trying to, what did I finish with? Was it a divine feminine card? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's give it a go. I hope this resonates. So yeah, can we have just whoa, whoa, I flew miles away. Over on the left, the red lady. I am pure strength. I honour my anger by giving voice to it. Sekhmet. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. You might have a better idea than me. But if this energy of the King of Swords is obviously, I mean, her, I mean, yeah, there is fire around this. There's passion around this. But if it has created anger, I honour my anger by giving voice to it. It's about speaking one's truth. Saying it how it is. The King of Swords hasn't actually got a problem with saying it how it is, but maybe he needs to be told. Teresa of Avila, the lady of the interior life. I trust the answers I find within me, and I know that the presence of love is real. And she's got this beautiful crown chakra with her heart activated. So that's my little love reading for the equinox. Maybe I might do another one. I'm just feeling it out at the minute. Give me some feedback, because obviously, yeah, I've not really used hardly any of these cards before. And I love you lots. Have an amazing weekend. If I can